Hello, YouTube world, friends, family, colleagues, my viewers, and importantly, my subscribers. I want to thank you all for hanging in there with me over the time since I last put a video out, I think in January. I had a health scare. I've been diagnosed with diabetes mellitus type 2. And the health scare was horrific, but I made it through it. And I will be talking about it in an upcoming video. I chose not to talk about it in this video simply because I have something I think is pressing and ready to go. So what I want people to understand that I also changed the channel, the name of my channel. And the new name of this channel is called Critical Cognitive Aggressive Thinking. Critical Cognitive Aggressive Thinking channel. That's what this is now. And so you won't hear me say welcome back to Rebirth anymore. I want you all to know that I want you to learn to think critically. I want you to learn to enhance your cognitive abilities. We're going into a world now in America where we just had a reset with COVID. And we had a reset a few years back. So when we talk about resets, I've had a personal reset in my life, and that's the reason why I'm changing the channel name. So I don't want to get too much into that, but just remember, cognitive, this way of thinking now, you have to use your cognitive abilities. So new channel, Critical Cognitive Aggressive Thinking channel. This topic today is a topic that I was just reading, just doing some research, and I was just looking at some stuff, and I ran across this message. I clicked on it, and it came up about Houston, Texas. Now, some of you may feel a little squeamish about what I'm going to talk about, but this is very much needed. So, in Houston, Texas, the health department, they just posted that they have a syphilis outbreak. Now, they posted this on the 13th of this month, a few days ago. So this is happening as we speak. As I shoot this video, it's going on right now. There's a syphilis outbreak in the Harris County area, Houston, Texas. Some people are going to say, well, I don't live there. No big deal to me. It is a big deal. And let me tell you, it's a big deal because anybody can fly over there from your county, visit family, friends, mess around and have a wonderful night with somebody, and they take it to the next level, and they bring in that syphilis right on back to hometown, to good old hometown. That's how serious it is. The Houston, Texas Health Department reports that a syphilis outbreak that shows a 128% increase, spike in cases. This is real among women compared to the number in 2019. It has went up 128% compared to the numbers of cases in 2019. These are outrageous numbers, people. That means people are just doing anything that they think is okay to do. And they're not slowing down. They are not slowing down for no one. They also go on to say this caused a massive, rapid community outreach response. When they noticed that those numbers had spiked, they called on all officials, medical, you name it. They called on all hands on deck situation, and let's try to get this under control. They go on to talk about this, and they say A rise in the cases among women contracting congenital syphilis is attributed to the outbreak and a 9-fold rise in congenital syphilis in Houston, Texas. Okay. I will also be placing a link in my description box so that those of you who want to go and read this for yourself, you can read it. You can go and look in that description box and click on that link, and it'll take you right to it. Moving on. Syphilis, let me explain what syphilis is. This is a definition, but I want you to understand it. A lot of people know, some people don't have a clue. Some people may have a little knowledge of it. Syphilis is a profoundly infectious sexually transmitted bacterial disease characterized by painless sores on the genital areas around rectum and in the mouth, or around the mouth, and even around the rectum. So when you have these painless sores, when you find sores in areas that there shouldn't be sores, you need to be concerned. You need to go ahead and schedule a doctor's appointment. Me, I'm a walk-in. I'll sit there all day for them to see me. Because see, I'm not going to wait around to try to figure out what it is. I'll be walking through their doors and sitting there. I just want to see the doctor. Well, can you, I'm willing to wait. And I'll be right there sitting until they call me in the back. We finna find out what's going on. Because when you're talking about your health, why play with it? Why play with it? The health department in Houston, Texas has dispatched a fast outreach response that incorporates expanding, set up more screening areas. They'll be screening people for this outbreak, trying to find out who may have it, who may not have it. So they're setting up all over the county and other areas, focusing on hotspot, and they are mobilizing community partners to examine new infections these new infections that they're running into. Now we're going to talk about some numbers right now. Statistics shows that they gathered from the division, from the health division, demonstrating new infections that rose from, we're talking about 2019 now. In 2019, the numbers were showing 1,845 people with the case. So congenital syphilis in 2019, they had 1,845 cases. Up to 2022, it went from 1,845 to 2,905. Now the cases has went up and is steady going up. It shows that a 57% growth in numbers. And it also telling us cases among women total at 674 cases in 2022, up from 295 cases in 2019, just women alone. I want to say this to men. You got a woman at home, or you got a nice woman, a girlfriend, someone you spending time with, man, be blessed. Learn to accept your blessing. And stay with that. Roll with that. Women, if you got a good man, and this man is trying to do his best for you, trying to show you nice times and trying to, he's being a gentleman and all that good stuff, what in the hell you want with somebody else? I just don't get it. I don't understand it. Why do you want to go out fishing in another pond when you got the big fish in the house? Learn to be satisfied with what you have, people. This is one of the main problems with infidelity. This is one of the main problems with these marriages collapsing, because you're thinking somebody else is better out there than what you have in the house. And then a lot of times, a lot of you women go out there and do more for the one out there than you do for the one in the home that's making the sacrifices. Same thing with you men. Some of you men are blessed with a good woman that supports you, that stands behind you, that is submitted to you, that have shown you that, hey, you the man. And y'all take that and you have your chest all out and you out there, you're doing everything but the right thing. Wake up. I'm telling you all to wake up because this thing is serious. And you know what? With the new type of people we're dealing with today, it can get worse. This can really get worse. Married women, take all of your energy and even your own frustrations. Take them to your bedroom at home with your man, your husband. Same thing for you men. Take all that energy that you run into the weight room, to the gym, and to all this stuff, and trying to show out in front of this young gal over here or whatever. Take all that energy home to your bedroom, to your wife. Moving right along. So the health department is doing what they're doing. They're following their protocol, and they're trying to get this under control. Now, when we talk about syphilis, understand this. Individuals that has contracted syphilis are a high risk, expanded risk of HIV contamination. So by having that disease, it makes you even more of a high risk for HIV. So think about what you're taking home, fellas and ladies, when you're taking stuff home, when you going out there sleeping with these other dudes, when you're going out there sleeping with these other ladies, sometimes dudes with dudes. Let me tell y'all something. Wake up. This is not a game. This is not a game. When you think about it, when you run that type of risk, think about the painless sores that you may contract, the mouth sores, the genital sores. There are even sores that can come up on your hand, your feet, between your toes. You need to get checked. There are just a few symptoms there. I got more coming. There's a professional in that area in Houston, Texas area health department, working among those people that's trying to get this thing under control. I'm giving her props because this is not my information that I'm giving. This information that I research, and she's one of the people that is working in that field. Marlene Ward. She's the Deputy Assistant Director to the Department Bureau of HIV, STI, and Viral Hepatitis Prevention. And here's what she stated. It is critical for pregnant women to see parental help, to look and seek parental help, and syphilis testing to protect themselves from an infection that could result into death for their newborn, for their child, for their babies that they're carrying, because a pregnant woman needs to get tested for syphilis at least 3 times during their pregnancy. That's heavy, that's deep. And she's just trying to get the word out. The department will also, and this for the people in the Texas area that may view my video, the health department will also waive the cost for treatment. The clinical expenses for sexually transmitted contaminations at its health and wellness centers. So go and get checked. Cost you no money. Go and get checked. And if you have it, get the treatment and stay with the treatment. Because one of the main things they're going to do is give you antibiotics. They will give you antibiotics. So go and get that treatment. They will extend the utilization of HIV, STD portable clinics to numbers of areas in the community for screening. They're doing it. And I want people to understand that this can be anywhere. This just happens to be Houston, Texas right now. But this can be anywhere, everywhere. We're talking about the United States right now. And I look at how we have this pompous attitude as people we pushing rights in people's face all the time. Like, you can't tell me what to do because I have my rights. Think about those people in Houston, Texas, that are using their bodies any kind of way because they have their rights. And my heart goes out to that other end of the marriage couple, the one that's staying home, being faithful, to the one that's being wild, dumb, and crazy sometimes, running out there messing with anybody and everybody, and bringing that mess home to a faithful partner. For whatever the reason, it's sad. When we were young, and I'm talking to the oldest generation right now, when we were young, being young and dumb is okay because you don't know much or nothing. But when you get up in age and you in your 30s on up to 40s and you know something, you know what's out there. And if you're married, bring all that energy home and cut loose on that wife and give her the time of her life in the bedroom. Same thing for you women. Y'all go out there and half kill a young brother in the motel, but you got a husband at home, and no, I don't do that. Oh, don't do that. And I'm telling the truth. But we're going to move further on with this and try to wrap this up. Syphilis is easily treatable with antibiotics. However, without adequate treatment, syphilis infection progresses to a secondary stage when one or more areas of the skin breaks into a rash. Understand that now. Usually with a non-itch effect. It won't even itch. Some people see a rash on them. It's there, but it's not itching. It's not, it's tolerable. Oh, it'll go away. I'm thinking this will go away because it's not itching. Wrong. If you see a rash on your body that's there for longer than usual or never been there before, you need to go and get it checked. You need to get checked. You need to get tested. You need treatment of some sort. Let's get that done. Syphilis can go, the symptoms can include fever, swelling lymph glands, sore throat, patchy hair loss, headaches, weight loss, muscle aches, and fatigue. And in most cases, syphilis goes undetected because the signs and symptoms are misinterpreted for other things. Just get tested. Bottom line. Back to pregnant women again. Pregnant women at their initial prenatal visit, third trimester, and delivery, it is required. It is a state law that they get tested between the time they are just conceiving and getting up in their first trimester and going 3 times. 3 times. Because the focus is on healthy baby. That's the focus. So a pregnant woman that's going to her regular checks at the doctor, she getting tested. It's part of the treatment. State law. Moving on. These are the people that you want to focus on, if you will. These are the ones running the risk of not just syphilis, but any STD. These are the ones that are high risk to contract these STDs. People who have unprotected sex. They are practicing unprotected sex. They don't want to use no condoms and things that protects the body. Men with anonymous sex partners. That's mean you go to the club, you get drunk, you bump into a lady, and you just go home with her and just have sex, and here we go. You don't even know what she got. You don't even know who she is. She could be married to the mob. You won't even know it. They have a hit out on you, and you won't even know it. And I'm just saying, this is how STDs does you. So you men out there that just think it's fun to do stuff like that, think again. People with multiple sex partners. Multiple sex partners. This is for you too. Be careful. Because this can easily slip up on you. Because just like that person, she may be your side chick. Guess what? You may be her side chick. And guess what? She got somebody else that may have a side chick. And somebody else, he got maybe a side chick. And it just goes on and on and on. And everybody just having a big melee and nobody knows nobody. That's the reason why it's such a big deal when people that first learn they have HIV and they first ask them, you know, who are your partner? How many men have you slept with? Because the health department has to know this, because they know who they need to go and talk to and let them know there's a possibility that they have HIV, syphilis, or what have you. This thing is serious, people. It's not a joke. You don't have to like it. I'm just a messenger. Last but not least, people recently diagnosed with any other STD such as gonorrhea, chlamydia, or HIV, all of these things can cause a health risk. These things can happen to you if you're out there just having fun. You see? And I'm shouting out right now to these married men and women, these young men and women that's in relationships, older men and women in relationships that are not married, and you think it's okay to have multiple partners. It is not. But you know what? I want to thank all of you for tuning in. And I hope you get some new subscribers on board, you know. Like my video, subscribe, click on the notification bell. I got more coming. Most of all, remember, this is a new name for my channel, Critical Cognitive Aggressive Thinking. I love you all, and I'm out of here.